Good evening. Here we are on a Tuesday. We got playoffs coming up this weekend, and boy, am I excited. We got a lot of good matchups and a lot of new faces, like I noted yesterday. The Washington football team, nobody would have thought they'd be in the playoffs. I didn't think so, but hey, we're here. It's a new season. It's COVID year. Everything's different, so we got to accept it. But it's going to be fun playoffs this weekend and moving forward. So today we're going to give you the Wicks Picks from Saturday or for Saturday's games, and tomorrow we'll go over Sunday's games with Wicks Picks. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, let's get started with Wicks Picks, starting with Saturday's slate of games, like I noted. So, to start, we got the Indianapolis Colts against the Buffalo Bills. And I got to tell you, as much as this game sounds like it might be and could be a close one, I don't think that's the way this one's going to play out, okay? I think the Bills are going to take this game with ease. Look, since their bye week in Week 11, this team has won 6 straight games, and all of those games were won by 10 or more points. I think their closest one was 10 points these last 6 weeks. This team is the real deal and doesn't hold back. If they see an opportunity to score, they're going to attack, okay? And make sure they put points on the board regardless if it's a touchdown or a field goal. They're still going to go put points on the board because if they have that opportunity, they know as well as everybody around the league, you can't let that opportunity go because that could be the game. That could be the game deciding factor. Now, the Colts, they have what it takes, okay, to win this game. But the real question is, can they do it? The one thing that worries me about the Colts is their ability to move the ball through the air. Okay, T.Y. Hilton has been close to non-existent this season, which is very unlike him. When he was with Andrew Luck, we've seen just, how great he can be and what he is to that team. And, coming into this year without Andrew Luck, you can see that T.Y. is not clicking like he should. Whether that's the system he's in, whether that's the quarterback he has, I don't know. But we could be seeing him decline. He could be one of those one-hit wonders, who's only good with one quarterback. But, and then you got Zach Pascal. Okay, he hasn't done much either. They're missing Paris Campbell, who tore his ACL early in the year. Michael Pittman Jr. is starting to kind of, figure it out a little bit. I don't think he's going to be a great wide receiver. I think he's going to be a very good wide receiver going throughout the years. I don't think, he's going to be a consistent guy. Okay, he's going to be like that Emmanuel Sanders, that Mohamed Sanu, that something like that Robbie Anderson, someone that's going to get the job done, but not always. But like I said, they don't have really that many weapons that they can throw to. The Colts, they literally have no legit weapon at wide receiver. And that is something, that's going to hold them back from beating the Bills and moving on. And even if they somehow got past the Bills, they would end up going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs because they're the lowest seed. They're the 7th seed, and the number 1 seed will play the lowest seed moving forward. And, that is the same type of test with more explosive plays, than the Bills would have. So the Colts have a tough road ahead. I just don't see the Colts moving past the Bills. The Bills have been on fire as of late, and I don't see that cooling down anytime soon. So next we got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks at 3:30 Central Time or 4:40 Eastern Time or something like that. So now this is going to be the closest game we have Saturday, as both of these teams are more than capable of beating the other. Now, the Seahawks, they've had some struggles this season defensively, but they have looked a lot better as of recent, which is a good sign, okay? The one thing that the Seahawks have a tough time stopping is the run game. And that's one thing the Rams don't have. They don't have a significant runner to help them establish the run game at all. Like, they have some decent guys at running back, but I don't see them, setting the tone for this playoff game, which is going to give the Seahawks the edge in this one. It seems like this entire season, there's one thing that defenses can't stop. That's the run game. Every time I talk about, the Green Bay Packers have a hard time stopping the run game. The Seahawks have a hard time stopping the run game. The Chiefs are hit and miss on the run game. The Bills, they can get it done, but it's still tough. And then you got the other run games for offensively where a lot of running backs can't get the job done. There's only about three top tier running backs in the NFL at this point. That's Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Aaron Jones. I don't see anybody better. And we're looking at a running game that is kind of going to the wayside, and we need to bring that back a little bit. But it's tough to do so when the game's changing. And this season, you could really tell that the running game is something. It's either there or it isn't. So, the Seahawks, their offensive attack is real, okay, and can get going really fast if Russell Wilson gets hot and his receivers get hot. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are one of the league's top wide receiver duos, and they're going to have a tough task, okay, coming up facing against, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, and Jordan Fuller. Okay, the Rams have had a tough couple weeks leading up to this game, which also makes me worry just a little, because if they aren't clicking on all cylinders, what's to say that they will be, all of a sudden clicking on all cylinders in the playoffs? Like, I get they're playing, to chase a championship, and that puts that much more, fire under you. But, this team is struggling, and they're going to put up a fight against the Seahawks, but I don't think it's going to be enough to win, okay? I got the Seahawks winning this game 31-24. It's a 7-point game. I think it could get closer to that, but at the same time, I feel like Russell Wilson and DK and Tyler Lockett and the group that the Seahawks have offensively, they're going to be better, and they're going to be able to come away with the win. So finally, we got the last game that take place Saturday, which will be at 7:15 Central Time and 8:15 Eastern Time, which will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Washington football team. Now, I have this game close kind of at first, but not so close after halftime. Washington has the pieces defensively to keep them in this game up until half, but then I see the Bucs slipping away, winning this one with ease after half. Okay, Washington got extremely lucky to get into the playoffs because let's face it, okay, the Eagles should have won last week if they wouldn't have benched Jalen Hurts. Okay, there's a couple stories coming out today too that even all the Eagles players were kind of upset that Jalen Hurts got benched. Like, I understand you're trying to, you want to win that game for your pride, but you don't want to win that game because you're helping your division rival get in there. But you're going to win a game. If you're going to win a game, you put the guys that you think are going to be capable of doing so. You don't bench your number one quarterback. Okay, you just don't. You put Jalen Hurts over Carson Wentz, which means you think Jalen Hurts is better than Carson. So you're telling me that the backup that you benched Jalen Hurts for is better than Carson also because you think he can go win that game. Because you're wrong. Okay, Washington's defense can only hold on for so long, where I feel their offense is going to struggle, okay, against a defense that has played exceptionally well this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, it's going to be as simple as Chase Young is going to do what he does best in the first half. Chase Young and that defensive line for Washington, they're going to keep it a close game, probably 17-14 Bucs at half or something like that, something really close, tie game, I don't know. But then once you go into the second half, you still don't have you have an offensive identity somewhat, but not really, because you have a bunch of subpar receivers with a great receiver, Terry McLaurin. I think he's great. I think he's better than good. He's not great. He's kind of in that middle ground between good and great. That's where I think Terry is. And if you get him the ball, awesome. But he's going to get stopped in this game. I mean, that's their number one That's their number one focus on defense. Stop Terry McLaurin from getting the ball, and then work from there. Stop their run game after that. Then if we stop the run game, they're pretty much stagnant. That's what's going to happen. Okay, Washington's going to come out, put up a fight, like I said, and then that second half, they're going to come in trying to do kind of the same, scenarios, the same kind of thing, concepts, I think. And, at first we might see Tampa punt, okay, but I don't think after that. I think we're going to see a couple Tampa touchdowns the second half. I think Tom Brady's going to be sound in the second half. Or Washington's going to, their defense is going to still put up a fight and still look good and keep them in the game a little bit. But like I said, I don't think Washington's defense can, perform well enough to stop that Buccaneers onslaught in the second half. And if they do, hey, even a better story for this season. If we watch Washington walk in to that divisional round and then, so to say, they make it to the NFC Championship. I'm not going to say they are because I don't think they will. I think that's Green Bay and probably Seattle, or Green Bay and maybe the Bucs. But there's not much more to say about this game other than I got the Buccaneers winning 42-24. Like I said, it's going to be a close one at the start. I think it's going to be 17 or 14-14 or 21-14 something Bucs, or who knows. But it's going to be a good one, and then it's not. So we'll see where that goes. Well, that's going to end our discussion today, as tomorrow we will bring you guys more Wicks Picks for Sunday's wild card matchups. But for now, we are going to end it. And, hey, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, we're going to see you tomorrow for Wicks Picks, and you just got your fix. with the Wicks.